Welcome to VLearn, Virtual Learning Network. This is session number 13 of Retail Marketing and the chapter is Sourcing. Topics to be covered are Introduction, the sourcing process, factors affecting international sourcing decisions, factors influencing negotiations for sourcing merchandise, vendor relationship marketing, warehousing stocking merchandise, how much to order and when, shrinkage, impact of life cycle on sourcing and allocating merchandise to stores. Allocating merchandise to stores, merchandise performance as well as critical analysis of the vendors. Introduction says when you enter a retail store to buy a commodity, all the commodities displayed on the shelf have come from more than a dozen or 20 suppliers. The number of suppliers can be even more. Thus, you see that at any given point of time, a retailer negotiates purchase of various goods and services with many vendors. Merchandise sourcing is a complex and tedious process. So, merchandise sourcing, keeping out the merchandise and taking merchandise from various sources, from various vendors, from various suppliers, that is a very complicated and that is a very tedious process. And whatever commodities we see displayed on the shelf, that has come from a dozen or like more than a dozen suppliers. So a lot of suppliers are also involved in the products, in the merchandise of the product. The sourcing process, determining the categories. The retailer must first determine the categories in his store. Each category may have distinct features and therefore different points of attention from buying point of view. Using internet to gather data regarding categories and demand, it may become a reality in the near future. While conducting search for categories, a retail outlet may definitely like to delve into the net for information as well. So internet can also be used to gather data regarding what are the categories and products which are in demand. And while conducting search for categories, a retail outlet may definitely like to a retail outlet may also like to delve into the net, into the internet for seeking information about the current trends and what the customers are buying. And also a retailer may first determine the categories in his store, what are the categories and what are the products available in his store, and each category may have distinct features and different points of attention also from buying point of view as well. Identifying the vendors or sources of supply. Very often we find retailers sourcing certain categories from the authorized dealers. For instance, in a supermarket, products like detergent bars, cigarettes and similar products may be procured from authorized dealers of the respective brands. Retailers like Walmart are going for global sourcing of their products. So also in the marketplace, also in the supermarkets, authorized dealers of the respective brands are there, and the retailers are also buying things from there. And the retailers like Walmart, they have also gone global. They have also gone for the global sourcing of their products. Identifying the vendors or sources of supply. Once upon a time, electronic goods were sold more prominently with the Made in Japan sign. Of late, issues related to country of origin have become very important. Swiss watches are very popular among the customers as they are marked of technology and style. Chinese products are supposed to be very cheap but very low in durability as well. So, once upon a time there were electronic goods, they were also sold prominently with the tag of Made in Japan. So that Made in Japan sign made it popular and its brand value increased in the market. So issues related to country of origin, that where is it, from where is it being imported and where is it being produced, that has become very important. Example can be taken of Swiss watches and Chinese products. Foreign currency fluctuations. While making global sourcing decisions, a retailer has to be cautious about the foreign currency fluctuations. This is one aspect which makes a product expensive or cheap depending upon the fluctuation in the market. So, depending upon the fluctuation, depending upon the currency fluctuations in the market, that also makes it that is one aspect which also retailer has to be cautious about. And taxes is the next point. There are a host of taxes levied on export and import of products, which makes the product expensive or reasonable depending upon the laws of the land. So depending upon the laws of a particular country, there are a host of taxes which are levied on import as well as export of products. Comparative valuation and selection of the suppliers or sources of supply. While shortlisting vendors and eventual selection, one must look into the following checklist. How much reliable is a supplier? Here, point to be considered is his consistency. How much is the consistency and how much is the reliability of the supplier? Price being offered, delivery lead time, additional services provided by the supplier like credit, free transportation, etc., honesty or ethics of the supplier. These all are the things which should be considered or checked while buying the products from the vendor. Merchandise examination. Since the customer is ever demanding and makes efforts to get the best quality, the retailer must be cautious. The retailer must also be cautious of the quality offered to the customers. Price negotiation. In any business, money saved means money earned. Therefore, every retailer would like to say the least for the merchandise so that he can earn maximum profit. So, any retailer would also like to say the least for the merchandise so that he can earn maximum profit, and price negotiation will be done accordingly. Trade discount. This is the reduction in price of the product of supply by the manufacturer. Such discounts are generally given to the wholesalers or retailers. So trade discount, that is the price is reduced in this product of supply that is done by the manufacturer. Such discounts are generally given to the wholesalers or to the retailers who buy the goods in bulk. Off-season discount. To boost sales of products when there is little and no demand for the product, such discount is offered. It is offered as an incentive to the retailer for supporting the manufacturer. Complete information. A retailer or merchandise buyer should have complete information about the vendor. Target setting is another important issue for the retailer. While negotiating, he has to keep in mind various aspects of the contract as well. Vendor relationship marketing. Retailers and vendors share a common cause. Both of them are interested in the merchandise to sell. Both are benefited once the customers purchase their merchandise. It is in the interest of both the supplier and the retailer that they work as a team. The retailer is in a position to share vital consumer information with the vendor. On the other hand, the vendor can forward valuable assistance in terms of credit, timely delivery, as well as general information of the market. So, the retailer as well as the vendor, they have to work as a team. They have to work unitedly and both can exchange mutual information. Warehouse or stocking of merchandise. Receiving the merchandise and then stocking is perhaps one of the critical functions of sourcing. This involves various tasks such as receiving the goods, checking the invoice, matching the goods received with the goods ordered list, adding the goods received to stocks. And this also involves a lot of tasks, for example, receiving the goods, checking, matching the goods received with the goods ordered, and also adding the goods received to stocks. In store, merchandise handling is an important issue which must be dealt with a lot of care and caution. So store merchandise handling, that also is a very important issue. How much to order and when? Average current demand for individual items, also called SKU, stock keeping unit. Future SKU demand, discounting, seasonal and fashion trend variations. For optimum restocking, what sort of ordering policy or rules would suffice? An inventory report gives vital information from the retailer's point of view. A retailer, based on this information, can calculate how much of specific merchandise should be purchased to meet customer demands for a relevant period, and also how much to order and when. This particular thing is answered by the retailers when they see the demands and the trends of the market, of the consumer demands, of the consumer trends in the market. The current demand for individual items, that is also being kept by stock keeping unit, and how much the inventory report gives the vital information, and a retailer based on this information can calculate how much of specific merchandise should be purchased to meet customer demands. Shrinkage. It is a reduction in inventory caused by shoplifting, misplacement, or damaging of merchandise. So that is shrinkage that is being caused by the reduction in inventory. Such shrinkages can be measured by comparing purchase records with available inventory physically in the store. Depending on the shrinkage, decision to source merchandise is influenced quantity wise. So depending upon how much the products are short or the shrinkage, decisions are taken to source merchandise, that is also influenced. Shrinkage through customer and employee theft. Shrinkage through customer and employee theft has become an alarming problem for the majority of retailers. So shrinkage, which the products getting short, and through when the customers take it, or when the employee theft, that has become an alarming problem for the majority of retailers of the malls as well as the stores. Impact of life cycle on sourcing. Impact of life cycle. While sourcing merchandise, the buyer is sure about his decision regarding the quantum of purchase. This confidence of the decision comes from the experience the buyer has. This is due to the fact that most of the product categories generally follow the typical life cycle of a category. However, variations in the life cycle stages can take place due to seasonal changes, fad, or fashion. Allocating merchandise to stores. While allocating merchandise to different stores, retailer generally uses the historical sales information. However, it's very important to pay due attention to the current supply and demand situation as to maintain proper inventory situation. The retailer also has to keep in mind the geographic and demographic factors influencing each of the stores. That where is the store located, and how many are the males and females, and what is their income, and what products do they prefer. Merchandise performance. Merchandise planning process is an ongoing process. Retailers must constantly examine various categories, SKUs, departments, various other aspects of the store as well. Regarding merchandise, a retailer must continuously examine the performance of various merchandise being sourced from multiple vendors. Critical analysis of the vendors. Since merchandise forms the core of retailing due to the importance given to the sourcing process, it's just possible that for a given product category, a retailer is dealing with many vendors. With the given pace of the market as well as changing consumer demands and preferences, a retailer has to constantly analyze the performance and critically evaluate in the best interest of the customers and business as a whole. So, given pace of the market as well as the changing consumer demands, changing consumer preferences, the retailer has to constantly analyze the performance, and he also should critically evaluate in the best interest of the customers what products or categories will be in the best interest of the customers as well as for a business as a whole. So that was all about sourcing and from where the products are sourced. These are some of the questions. You have to do it yourself. Question number 1, how collecting information about the merchandise sources is a tedious task, and how will you explore the possibility of having long-term relationship with the vendor? That's all. Thank you. Happy learning. Be learning.